Welcome back to my Let's Play for Pokemon Silver and my Mono Dragon run. And it's time to take on our rival for the final time. Though before we head deeper into here, we probably should activate our Max Repel. Just to avoid any annoying distractions, shall we say. I mean, I wouldn't expect them to put up enough of a fight to really matter, but it's best just to avoid trouble when you can, usually. And that basically does it. There's just not that much to the Victory Road in this generation, which is kind of sad. I mean, now getting Victory Road should be a bit more of a challenge than this. I mean, I'm expecting it to be super hard and long, but still, a bit more than, like, what, 3 rooms or so? You'd think I'd get at least 5. Can I have 5? Developer's like, no, you can have what we give you. Which isn't much, because we had to fit a whole other game into the game. So, we had to basically put 2 games together. Fair point, I suppose, but darn, I wish there's a bit more to Victory Road, and there's some more trainers on it, at least. Instead, you got just one opponent here, your rival, and after you take care of him, he never comes back. Yeah, we'll go with Headbutt. I don't see any reason to use anything else, really. I mean, what's the worst this thing can really do? I mean, let's face it. Sneasel's not gonna really make a name for itself when it comes to killing dragons. At least not in that generation where Ice Punch is a special attack. Yeah, Sneasel's just not very intimidating because it's just held back by the limitations of its own stats. It should have been given a higher special attack stat value instead of a physical attack stat value. That would have actually worked better. Wing attack, yeah, I fairly would have went with Confuse Ray for a starting move, but okay. That's usually my go-to move when it comes to Golbat. I mean, you throw out the Confuse Ray and then tear your opponent limb from limb while they're confused and hitting themselves. I mean, if you're not even going to bother with that, you're wasting your time with Golbat. You're not using it correctly. At least Stormfly's right for the Elite Four. Yeah. I'll take a crack at it. I'm not sure how well this is gonna work because, quite frankly, Magneton, can be a bit of a pain to deal with if you don't have any hard-hitting ground attacks. I'm hoping I can just surf it to death, but we'll see. Seriously? This thing knows Sonic Boom? You didn't ditch that for any other moves yet? Like a TM move or something? Heck, I'd take an HM move over Sonic Boom at this point. That move's so weak it's completely useless here, unless you're trying to catch low-level Pokemon or something. Like, I just can't figure this guy out. And while I appreciate the Thunder Wave, it's a bit late to be trying to save yourself with it. Okay. That just leaves Haunter and a few others. Yeah, we'll put Stormfly back out there. After all, I mean, this Haunter might just curse itself first turn, so if I do enough damage, it's just gonna take itself out. And that's assuming it survives my Surf attack. I mean, Haunter's a bit of a glass cannon. It can do a decent amount of damage for what it is, but it can't take a hit for crap. Which is why you always gotta run stuff like Hypnosis and Dream Eater on them to try and get some recovery. Otherwise, you're just kind of toast. Well, the rain's still falling. We'll send a wave. Goodbye, Kadabra. I'm guessing that will be more than enough to kill you. Ooh, he held on. Oh, he foresaw an attack? Impressive, I suppose. But will the fight even last long enough for that attack to even show up? That's the question. Well, I guess we'll find out. Just a little bit more. This will probably basically defeat Typhlosion. I suspect he'll have a little health left. After all, I don't get stabbed with that. Really? Flame Wheel? Fire doesn't work on dragons. At least not that well. And that's not gonna be enough to do me in either. I don't know. I just don't like Future Sight that much anymore. I mean, when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, I can set up an attack for later, so I can potentially push someone right over the edge before they'd use a healing item, but that requires some skilled timing to pull off. Well, what you lack are powerful Pokemon. What can I say? You got some decent ones in there, but some of them are just, you know, crippled by disadvantages that are just way too big to ignore. Especially in a generation where Magneton, you know, can't, like, float or have Stardier or something. Well, that does it for this episode. Next time, we face off against the Elite Four. Or at least the first half of it. Until then, see ya.